Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 22nd to the 29th. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising, and we're going to jump right to it because this is a loaded week. This is a powerful week. It's the most powerful week of the month. There's so much happening and there's a lot to go over. So this week, so this is why it's really big. We kicked it off with Pluto and the Sun moving into Aquarius. This is absolutely huge. You're going to feel it. I talked a lot about this in your past readings, but for the next 4 weeks, especially with the Sun in Aquarius and Pluto moving into Aquarius, that's a lot of energy. So if you have felt winds of change, you are now going to feel currents of change. Let me tell you, because this weekend is going to be huge. Okay. It's going to be huge, but we're kicking it off with all this activity in Aquarius. Aquarius being very forward thinking, very innovative, a lot of mental activity. Remember, Aquarius is an air sign. It's a very independent sign. It is very like marching to your own drumbeat. There's a sense of a little bit of rebellion with Aquarius as well. But again, it's really doing your thing. It is Robin's dancing on my own is what it is. Now, so keep that in mind. Remember, so we have all that Aquarius energy. It is in your 6th house of everyday activities, your routines, your habits. A lot of health and fitness matters as well. Even pets are a thing around this time for y'all. But what's really happening? Okay, so that's happening, right? Not only is that happening, the very first half of the week, we have the moon in Cancer, okay? So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have the moon in Cancer. The moon rules Cancer, by the way. So it's at home in Cancer. A lot of family energy here. A lot of like emotional intelligence, a lot of just heightened emotions. Intuition is a big factor around moon in Cancer. It's really, really nice. It's very nice. The nurturing side of you comes out in this big way. You've probably given hugs to everybody. But here's the thing. This is falling in your 11th house. I love this, and I want you to take advantage of this because the 11th house is groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, your friends, your network. So there's a lot of like other people possibly being like a real, maybe if not like you being around them, like on your mind the first half of the week. I love it. The other thing is 11th house also rules your hopes and wishes and goals and dreams. Like this is a big time for you to really think about that now. What I love about the 11th house is like, it's often, especially with what's happening for you, it's often like the people that you know, the people in your orbit, the people that you love, they're the ones that connect you to your hopes and wishes. And sometimes they're the ones who can like inspire you to go that direction. So really hold on to this energy. Now, on the 23rd, you see, we're only at Tuesday, okay? Venus is moving into Capricorn. Now, this is a big deal. The reason why is because we already have Mars in Capricorn. We have Mercury in Capricorn. Now we have a huge stellium bringing all this energy in Capricorn, which is your house of pleasure, your house of love and family and children. So you see the theme of there's a pattern here, right? A lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of other people in your life around this time. So I really love this for you. This is very, very nice. The 5th house is also self-expression. It's creativity. There's a lot of overlap with Aquarius energy there as well. Really, really, again, love this for you. This is going to be something that you're going to feel for a while. It's going to set things in motion. And the reason I say that is because this is what's happening now is really building this stability. It's really like the key theme here, the key words here is long term. There's a sense of you thinking about long term, especially with Venus in Capricorn, which is a very unusual placement. It's a very unique placement. Let me clarify. It's a unique placement. Venus, all about love, all about money, all about beauty, matters of the heart, right? In Capricorn, which is all about long-term goals, which is all about structure, which is, it's very, very grounded. And it goes really well with you, Virgo, Capricorn being your BFF, fellow earth sign there. So Venus in Capricorn brings like discipline. It brings like a lot of practicality, being very pragmatic, okay? Being very pragmatic in terms of moving forward with this commitment energy for something that your heart desires, all right? So absolutely love this for you. Again, big family energy here. Big family energy here. As well as like if sex. We'll throw that out there because that is part of this too. Okay. We're talking about your fifth house. All right. So if that's a thing for you, there you go. But there is this a sense of you building this new system for yourself. Now we get to the full moon in Leo. This is happening on the 25th. All right. Just 2 days later. Now, this is very interesting because this will be in your 12th house. This full moon in Leo. First of all, moons in Leo. I love moons in Leo. Now, this full moon in Leo is really, 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 really strong. And it's really nice. It's very playful. It's very fun. Again, Leo happens to be the native ruler of the fifth house. All right. So, again, a lot of family energy, a lot of children energy, a lot of pleasure around this time. However, this full moon is going to be opposite the sun in Aquarius, squaring Jupiter. So, what does this mean? This means something really has to go now, okay? There can be a little bit of like indulgence in this area, a little bit of extravagance in these parts of your life. So it can be a little exhausting. Now, remember, full moons culminate. Things come to an end. There's one chapter closing, a new chapter opening. So this is up to you. What is it? I want you to ask yourself this. What is it that you're exerting a lot of energy into where you may not even want it? It just may not even be bringing you that pleasure. Think about that because this full moon is asking you to let something go, okay? Asking you to let something go. It's going to be, remember, it's in your 12th house, the subconscious, right? 12th house is also self-sabotage energy. It's hidden enemies. It's facing fears. So this is a great time. If you feel like there's some of that at play, great time to confront it and just hit the road, right? Smack it away. Be like, no more. I don't want to be like this. I'm going to let this go. It can be you going really deep on a deep level. Remember that is the subconscious. What is the subconscious? It is where we store our memories. Okay. And low energy frequencies live there, like fear, like, anxiety and things like that. So it is really confronting those now. I would also pay attention to your dreams. The 12th house does rule dreams as well as intuition. And again, this happens to be a full moon, all about intuition as well. But just think there is something that you may want to let go around this time. Now, the next day, so that's Thursday, right? So now we're at the weekend. This is going to be a loaded weekend. I hope you're taking notes. On Friday, Uranus is going direct. This is actually a really strong direct motion. Not only is Uranus the ruling planet for Aquarius, we now have no planets retrograde. So when I say you're going to start feeling currents of change, wow, you're really going to feel it. Now, here's the thing about Uranus. Uranus is a planet of breakthroughs, of surprises, of unexpected shifts, okay? So you could have a lot of that happening, unexpected moments this weekend. And I'm going to tell you why, because Uranus is very active this weekend, all right? So now we are getting to Saturday, the 27th, Mercury conjuncting Mars. Wow, this is big. This is really big because on the same day, Venus is going to sextile Saturn. Now, Saturn brings out longevity. What did I say earlier? That longevity, that commitment energy. And remember, Saturn is in Pisces all year long for you in your house of partnerships and relationships. So there could be something here. There could be something here where you're thinking about the commitment level that you're taking something, okay? It can be work and it can be love. It's just a one-on-one partnership. It can be a friendship, but remember that Venus is in Capricorn in your fifth house. And so family, children, energy there as well, but also your creativity, your self-expression, even recreation is part of that as well. So remember with the fact that we're coming after the moon in Cancer, that was in your group's place of groups and organizations. So just keep all this in mind. There's, again, so much happening for you this week, Virgo, so much happening for you this week. But the fact that Mercury will conjunct Mars, all right, this is your ideas. This is your logic, your deep analytical, Virgos being very analytical, taking that and putting that into action around this time for a sense of stability, because the same day Venus is sextiling Saturn. Remember, the theme this week is long-term, okay? But there's also, remember, letting something go too. Okay, letting something go too. Also, remember Mars sextile Saturn a few weeks ago, but you're still feeling that energy too. Okay, so you see how Saturn's really at play now. Now we get to the 28th when Venus is trining Jupiter. If you saw your monthly forecast or any like your annual forecast or whatever I did for, this is the best day of the month. This is a powerful day. Venus trining Jupiter. The two benefic planets, Venus, all about love, all about money, all about beauty, trining, doing this really big hug in the sky with Jupiter, right? This whole, like, even like from a distance, that eye, they give that like eye, the smizing, right? Whatever it's called. Jupiter is a planet of good fortune, good luck, prosperity, expansion. It happens to be in your 9th house of spirituality, okay? Your belief system, the way that you see things. It's also higher education. There could be some of y'all deciding to go back to school, learning something new, thinking about learning something new. There could be some long distance travel here, okay, for y'all, all right? Some long distance travel planning. Maybe you are going to be taking a trip. Something with foreign cultures could really, inspire you. Now, there's a lot of stuff that could be happening for you, but just the fact that Venus is going to be trining Jupiter is so nice. And let me tell you why. It's because Venus is in Capricorn, Jupiter is in Taurus, and on this day, the moon will be in Virgo. Yes, that's right. The moon will be in your sign. And so you see Earth, all this grounding energy. Remember, long term. Remember what I said, long term, that commitment energy, that stability energy. This is a great day for first dates if you're single. This is an amazing day because the same day Mercury will be trining Uranus. So this is a day where you could get unexpected news, surprising news. But remember, it's an auspicious aspect. So really good surprising news. And the reason why is because the next day on the 29th, Mars will then trine Uranus. So you see Mercury and Mars trining Uranus, that overlap there. Really, really big. Mars, a planet of action. Come on. Just expect the unexpected. Just expect the unexpected. And remember, this is with Mars and Mercury, again, in your 5th house of pleasure. Okay? Pleasure and love and romance and family and children, creativity, self-expression, but also Uranus and Jupiter. Remember, this weekend, Venus is trining Jupiter as well, and Uranus is really active, all in your 9th house, spirituality, your belief system. So there could be this big expansion. There could be this way of you seeing something that, even receiving news, just expect the unexpected. That's all I have to say. It could be like, this weekend really is kind of like a portal, right? It's like a window for you to see all these changes that are happening for you. You are definitely going to be new changes are going to be happening in your life, and you're going to be happily adjusting to them. Okay. Even if the surprises are like, whoa, like way from like out of left field, but they're still like, when they land, you're like, whoa, that's amazing. Right? So Virgo, I love this for you. I love this weekend for you. Just remember, mark the 28th on your calendar. It is also my birthday. I did mention that once, I think. It is my birthday. So I'm very excited for this day. Like my moon's in Virgo in my birth chart. So I'm very excited. This is very interesting. It's going to be a very, very explosively unique weekend. All right. Favorable. I really like it. Very auspicious. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see what's going on for you, Virgo, for the week of January 22nd to the 29th. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising. And if you do want to read for your moon and your Venus and all those other placements, if you know your birth chart, definitely feel welcome to, because with this full moon I would recommend the moon. Venus, as you know, is very, very active. So there you go. But Virgo, let's go ahead and do it. Let's get started. See what's going on for you for this week, Virgo. And we could even say it's up into the end of the month, because, the 29th is the Monday, but it really is like, a trio of powerful aspects, even in like a Quattro, Cantaro, I don't even know, but it's a lot of aspects that are happening that spill over into that Monday. So, that spill over into that Monday. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Did you see your last week's reading, by the way? That blew me away. That was amazing. And you see, we have our little guest here who's taking up all the table space. Virgo, by the way. I think you know that if you're a subscriber. Virgo, and my mom's a Virgo. But okay, so wow. There is definitely going to be shifts again in partnerships, perhaps for some of y'all. Okay, and or maybe even you needing to be a little bit inspired, moving in that direction. Now let's get started. Ace of Pentacles. Come on. Come on. Just look at your past readings. It's now in your main spread. It's now in your main spread. And so remember, I said there is a sense of like long term and grounding. Well, pentacles are so earthbound, okay? And this is money and wealth here. Remember, the North Node did move into your 8th house, okay? That is a big thing for you. That's other people's resources, it's inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions. But this is, sure, money and wealth. And a lot of y'all could be moving in that direction where, there is this new direction. You see this golden pathway, the archway, indicating this gateway, right? This into this new chapter of your life. But Pentacles being earthbound, it can be something in your physical reality, something that is really nice, like stabilizing, something that is like a relationship, or just something in your life where it's this new direction with this wind of change. Winds of change. Now, you did get the 7 of Cups in the heart of your spread. This is a good week to know what you want. Very good week to know what you want. The 7 of Cups, very interesting. I want you to be very communicative this week. Remember, Mercury's very active, very, very active. Use that. Mercury is your ruling planet. So don't hold things in, okay? Don't hold things in. It's a time to release, especially around that full moon in Leo and all this like family energy, friends energy that's happening for you. But with the 7 of Cups being in the heart of your spread, you can see that there is a lot of cups here. 7 of them. And they're all very different, okay? And so it's almost like, whoa, you have to really know which cup you're going to choose. What does your heart want, okay? But connect it with mind and spirit as well, too, all right? So all of that, put all that energy into, remember what I said. This is a week to ask yourself, am I exerting a lot of energy into something that I know that I don't even want? There you go, okay? So you can have it all. You can have all these cups. Just focus on the one thing that you want the most, okay? The one that makes the most sense, and then bring things in one by one. Just bring things in, okay? Now, you also got the Knight of Cups, but in your challenge area. And so there is a sense of, really, really taking things a little bit more seriously this week. And I know that's like serious to say, but it really is. With the Knight of Cups in your challenge area, it is really like, being that reliable person that you are, right? Especially with all this activity with other people involved this week. And again, even if it's not like in your physical world, I mean, like maybe even thinking about it, but there is also a sense of like, maybe there's something that you could do to inspire you to move forward, right? In terms of partnerships and relationships, or just something that's going to fulfill you emotionally. There is a heavy association to, partnerships here and relationships here, connecting with someone else, okay? You see him extending the cup, okay? He does want to share it, but there's still also a sense of like what's going to fill your cup, what's going to make you emotionally fulfilled. I want you to spend time thinking about that this week. Again, there's so much happening this week. At the end of the day, it comes down to you, what you feel in your bones, deep in your gut. What do you want, Virgo? What do you want? It's going to be a big week to make that decision, okay? To really put a lot of emphasis on the thing that you know is right for you. And in order to do that, it's a really good time to spend time with your intuition, okay? You will have a lot of that time with the full moon in Leo that is in your 12th house, which is heavily related to intuition. And so, and then coming after that full moon, the moon in Cancer for the first half of the week, where it's already just natively, a very intuitive placement, like heightened intuition. So really tap into that energy in terms of moving forward. Okay. You could also, a big energy coming through. It's like, it's almost like, be creative in the way that you see things for yourself, okay? Think outside the box, especially with all this Aquarius energy. Remember what I said? It's like they're the innovative ones. They're the ones that's a little rebellious. They march to their own drumbeat. They do think outside the box. So ride that energy, okay? If this week is currents of wind, ride just at least one of the currents. Okay. Now you did get the devil. Okay. You got the devil in your crown. And so very interesting here. Remember, there's so much Capricorn energy at play this week. The devil is attributed to Capricorn. And so there could be something, like I said, especially coming after with the full moon in Leo as well, all in your 12th house. And there could be something that is not something that is good for you. There's something that you've got to let go. There's something that you do have to surrender. That is the devil in your crown, okay? And so take advantage. Again, this is the best week to do it with that full moon in Leo, when you can end something, when you can let something go, something that's maybe draining you. Like I said earlier, you may feel that around this full moon, something that is just like maybe even too indulgent, right? Because the devil is vices and, even addictions, and, pessimistic thinking is comes up with the devil as well. But something that we're just like, let me break free from these chains. Let me break free from these chains and move forward. I don't like to feel like this vampire energy around me. All right. EVE. Let's call that EVE now. All right, Virgo. And energy, vampire energy. But it really is a time for you to really let some things go and feel inspired moving forward with something that you really, truly want. You do, because you did get the Knight of Swords. You do. Came up in the root of your spread. All right. So very interesting that the Knight of Swords came up. I like the Knight of Swords. He's very, knights are all active, right? So they're all on a mission, and they're all just like boom, 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 boom. And not being afraid, very bold, very courageous. Swords, the mental suit, right? So look at him. He's going into the storm. All right. So ride that current. Ride that tornado. Ride that tornado, if it's a tornado, or just ride that gale of wind. Ride that gale of wind. But it looks like you are going to be in a really good place, because you did get the Six of Swords in your future. And so this is moving forward. This is moving forward in a mental capacity too. Remember, you that full moon in Leo in your 12th house, like all up here, it's going to be very liberating for you if you do let something go, okay? If it's something like deeply subconscious, if it is like self-sabotage energy, if it's confronting your shadow side, if it's something that facing some fears, knowing there are some things that you're just like, I need to kick that to the curb. All right. Because the Six of Swords, very nice, Aquarius. Okay. This card is actually attributed to Mercury in Aquarius, but it is an Aquarius card. And so remember, we are in the midst of Aquarius season with Pluto in Aquarius. And I said that's a lot of mental activity. The Swords, a lot of mental activity. Look at my finger on the turbulent waters here. Look at the direction they're going. They're moving out of that turbulence. They're moving into look how flat the sea is. Okay. It's like crystal clear too. It's like glass. But they're moving into like the Maldives now. All right. The paradise of the mind. So it is a matter of moving. And there's a lot, I want you to know, there's a lot of protection in this card. You see the swords in front of the boat here. Okay. Even with a ferryman, like over, the family here. So a lot of comfort as well. There is family here. So there is a sense of moving forward in this peaceful way. Okay. And really moving forward from anything that has been just like up here, maybe like over analyzing things too. It's like, moving forward, but just identify the thing that you really, really want to focus on, and just charge forward, especially with the Knight of Swords as well. Like that's really great. Knight of Swords there is a big element of transformation that comes with the Knight of Swords as well. And so it is a lot of like transformation of the mind as well. Don't forget, you do have Jupiter and Uranus in your 9th house. Remember what I said, that's like up here too, your perspective, your philosophies, the way that you see things. And once those are in place, everything else falls underneath, right? Everything just kind of like falls into place as well. Virgo, you're amazing. Let's get to your stuff. Virgo, y'all saw your last week's reading, right? I just want to make sure. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I want to hear. I really do want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what's been happening in your lives. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Y'all, I wouldn't be here without you. So I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. And I know I'm stumbling over my words because it is because I'm talking really fast because there's so much in this week. Oh wow, yeah, you are definitely going to be good. You're good. There's just gonna be, you're gonna have to you know what it is? I think that again, well, let me do this one first, okay? Let me do this one first. You did get the moon, okay? Very interesting here. Very interesting here. Now, when you look at your entire spread, this is why. Because remember, you have the devil in your crown and you have the 7 of cups in the heart of your spread with the 9 of cups in your challenge area. Now, the first card in your staff, you got the moon, which in tarot is attributed to Pisces. What did I say earlier? Saturn and Neptune, okay? In Pisces, your 7th house. Partnerships and relationships. There could be something around that. Again, it can be work. It can be career. It can be just a one-on-one. It can be a friendship. Just think of like one-on-one. There could be something around that may be causing you a little bit of distress, okay? Maybe causing a little bit of distress. You see that? That's a full moon. That's a full moon, okay? And so intuition, remember, trust your intuition, right? You even see the hermit's face in the moon. And so it really is like doing a little bit of like soul searching as well. You have the perfect setup this week. You have Jupiter, the planet that is of prosperity and expansion in your 9th house of spirituality. You have this full moon in Leo that's in your 12th house, which sure, it may be something where you're really going to have to figure out what you've got to let go. But sometimes you have to get a little uncomfortable to get really comfortable. And so that may be something that you do around the time of this full moon. Now, you also got, and it may be very emotional. You may be going through like very emotional moments. Again, a lot of moon activity that's happening this week, which, you know, does represent emotions. But there you go. You got the 5 of Wands in your external factors area. So it does look like there could be a source of like, if there are some things that you may be feeling a little bit like, which way do I go? Or maybe there's this tug of war inside your head or even in your physical world. Now we know there could be something like really competitive around there, or it could just be a lot of egos at play that's going on. There could be some things with children as well. Remember, so much activity, Mars in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn in your 5th house, which does rule children as well. So there could be something like a point of like, that is the source of like what's making you like, what's going on? But if not children, it could just be like you feeling that you have to figure something out because you are in an environment, maybe it's a work environment that may be a little toxic. Again, you have the devil in your crown. And so there's something where there's just a lot of egos and you're just like, I can't be in this environment. And so that's why you have to make this big decision, but you've got this, okay? The 5 of Wands, it is a conflict card. It is the least conflicty of the conflict cards. It really is just saying whatever's happening, it should not be worth your time. It's something that you should nip in the bud. It's something that you shouldn't expend a lot of energy on. You should be that person. Should it be in your physical world where you're just like, y'all, come on. Let's all see eye to eye here. Or, you know, there are too many cooks in the kitchen. Some of y'all got to get out. Or maybe I'll get out, you know, whatever it is. But just so you can cut out some of that noise. But it does look like that may be something that does come up this week, okay? Again, a lot of competition energy too. Remember, 5th house is a lot of recreation in that area. But even competition in terms of like maybe you are applying for a job. Maybe you are, looking to date or whatnot. There's a lot of competition in those areas, right? You're not the only one swiping right on someone on Tinder. You're not the only one that's applying for this one position. Like it could be some of that may be fueling like, what's going on? What do I want? What do I need? But there is this like charge, okay? Especially with the Knight of Swords and the root of your spread. And remember, you having this opportunity to just break free from that, what's going on up here. Now, there you go. You got the 10 of Cups. You're good. This is a card of like a lot of happiness, okay? Especially with family, with couples, with relationships, with children, right? You see the dancing children here. Now, this is the only rainbow in tarot, indicating a promising future. This is a lot of enlightenment here, and again, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and it just seems like this is exactly what you want, and you can have it. You have to get there. You've got to take that action. You can do it. It's all about. Again, there's something up here that you're just gonna have to let go. And it could be just, again, for some of y'all, maybe just a way that you're thinking about things, but definitely partnership could be a big thing here for some of y'all. Okay. Just letting you know that. Now, there you go. Queen of Pentacles. And your final outcome, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Just put that energy toward it. Queen of Pentacles is someone who is, not only the richest queen, which is very nice, right? Having the richest queen in your final outcome. So a lot of money, a lot of wealth, but also like growth, a lot of fertility, a lot of abundance. Remember, this weekend it's going to be huge. And so the one thing that I really love about this is that she is Capricorn. So, and you even see the symbol of Capricorn, the sea goat in her throne. But therefore, there's, again, a lot of energy in your fifth house. Pleasure, love, romance, family, children, self-expression, creativity. So recreation, a lot. Like, you're good. Because Pentacles, sure, money and wealth, big thing for you. Big thing for you, especially coming after the Ace of Pentacles. Come on, that's a big thing. But also your physical reality. So finding wealth in all those areas of your life. And so you're coming out on top, and there's this sense of you building this world that you want for yourself and having the resources to do so. You've got to get there. Okay. It doesn't seem like it's just, it just may be a lot going on in your head and unrooting something that maybe like there could be like this little, what is it? What is it? Like the devil on this shoulder, you have like the angel and the devil or whatever. The devil's whispering all these things. The angel, like, it's like flick that devil off, like flick. No more. All right. And that's letting that one thing go. So with that said, Virgo, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what is going on, y'all. Next week, we're doing February. Yeah. Big. And, we'll talk about it obviously next week. If there's any parting words that I have for you, any action you need to take, anything that you really want, anything that your heart desires, do it now. Do it now. This week, okay? This is the week with this lineup of aspects. Wow. Do it this week. Okay. Nothing's wrong with February, but just do it this week. Thanks so much, Virgo. I will see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.